You want to change your life. You want to do something that you've never done before. You want to do something different. You want to homestead. You want to live off grid. You just want to try something that you've never done, you have no experience at, and you know that you're going to be bad at it. What do you do? So what do you do if you want to try something new and different in your life? And, it could be, again, homesteading, gardening, going off grid, moving from one state to another state. It could be pretty much just anything. And because you've never done it, you have no experience at it, you know that you're going to be really bad. So what do you do? The thing is, everyone starts at the beginning. Whenever we do anything, we all start knowing nothing. We all start at zero, and we learn as we go. And today, it's one of the dark sides of things like the internet and watching videos on YouTube and other things. We see people that are really good at something. And again, it could be anything that, maybe you say, hey, I'm going to learn to play the guitar. Well, if you watch Eric Clapton or somebody play the guitar, you're going to be pretty frustrated if you judge yourself against the skills of that person that's been doing it for a lifetime. So you just have to put that out of your mind and realize that when you start doing something that you've never done before, you're going to be really, really bad at it. And that's okay, because that's what we all do. So if you're living in a life that you want to change, because I'm sure you've heard that saying, is if you want to live differently, you've got to do something that you've never done before. So we have to change. And I'm a fan of just jumping in with both feet and giving it a go. One of my favorite sayings that I think of all the time is, experience is a hard teacher because she gives the exam first and the lesson after. So you just do it. You just try. You start a garden knowing that you're not going to be very good at it. And you learn and you progress. And, something that experts have talked about is if you take two people and one person focuses on quality, they spend a lot of time thinking and researching and studying, and they work really hard to be really, really good at it right away, and the other person just starts doing it. They're a quantity person, and they just do it over and over and over again. That in a given amount of time, 6 months later, a year later, whatever it is, the quantity person is always farther along than the quality person. There's something to be said for just doing something repetitively over and over and over again. If you want to learn to golf, you just go out and you start hitting golf balls. If anything like that, you just have to do it and jump in and know that you're going to be really bad at it when you first start it. And don't be afraid of that. Don't be embarrassed by that. Don't be concerned about, well, what are people going to think when they see me, I'm really bad at this. I don't want to move from the place that I am now. Maybe it's an apartment in a city and you've never, ever, ever lived out in the country before. So you say, I'm going to, move to that rural place so that I can homestead, off-grid, farm, whatever it is that you want to do. That's cool. That's great. Just do it. Just start where you are with what you have. And we just see that in so many things in life. Here on YouTube, a lot of people will say, well, I can't make videos of my homesteading abilities because I don't have a very good camera. I'm not using a very good camera, and I'll leave it up to you to decide if my videos are really, really bad, or are they okay, or they're good. Maybe that wasn't a good analogy to use. But, so when you start to homestead, when you learn to drive, you weren't good when you started. Hopefully you didn't do anything too seriously. to mess it up, but you learned as you went. Little kids, infants, when they're learning to walk, they're not good when they first try. They just keep doing it over and over and over again, and they get incrementally better each time. So don't be concerned, don't be afraid of being really, really bad when you start something new. So again, homesteading, golfing, learning to play a guitar, learning to drive a stick shift vehicle, growing your garden, deciding to be off-grid when you've lived in the city and all your utilities and things have just been provided for you and you don't even have to think about where they come from, and now knowing that it's going to be your responsibility where it's coming from. That's just the way that it is. Experience is a hard teacher because she gives the exam first and she gives the lesson after. So don't be afraid of learning that lesson. And I have many stories, many memories in my life of when I started something not knowing what I was doing, and then I learned and learned and learned, and then all of a sudden I was the person helping someone else begin their journey. And that's the parade of life. You can't be in the front from the get-go. You start in the back and you work your way up and you learn as you go. And that's the best advice I can give, is jump in with both feet, learn the skills as you go. Don't be afraid to try something new, because we can never be in a different place if we're not willing to try different things. And failure is just one step in the process. The road is paved with flat squirrels that couldn't make a decision. Just make a decision to do something and do it. And then build on that knowledge, build on that skill. I know you can do it. So subscribe so you can get more of these awesome, great videos. And speaking of that, go ahead and watch another one, because I really want to help you live happy, fun-loving, and carefree, however that is for you.